Lick my nuts, spiders. Being cool is independent of being a nerd. I don't know. I think nerdy cool is a thing where it's like, to the degree that being nerdy is cool, then you are cool if you are a nerd, etc., etc., etc. What's your Steam username? I'm not going to tell you, surprise. Rebecca says, chat, what's your favorite email app for Windows? I'm not liking the default option. Oh, I don't even use it. I don't know. I don't use an app. I just use Gmail's web page thing. Dude, okay. Does anybody remember? I'm going to have to ask Seb. Seb told me what some of his old Steam usernames were. And they were like, something like Cucklord or something like... Does anybody remember what he said? It was like Cucklord 2000 or something. Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. Grenades, grenades, grenades. Oh my god. That could have been bad. Yeah, I use the Gmail website. No, Lost, I love it. Let's be honest. Cool, to my opinion, is just that, like, there is no, especially in the internet age, there is no one cool. And so cool is just like a subculture thing. And so I think you can very easily be, I don't think you were arguing anything different, but I think you can very easily be nerdy cool. I think that's a... I'm just spam clicking these grenades. Andy says my school uses Outlook. I've used Outlook. I don't hate it. I used Outlook for work, actually. Ah, fuck. I ran into the thing. Oh! Game just auto-saved right in the middle of that, and I thought I was dead. I've used Outlook. I don't hate that at all. Nerdy cool is not only a thing, but right now it is the thing. What's that last one? Lost. What's that last one say? Does it say booby? Is that a version of booby? Did you just hit us with boobies? Like the calculator version of booby? 8008 IE 5. I think you can, Lost says, I feel like Gmail is more minimalistic. I think you can even make, some of the settings on Gmail I think can make it more minimalistic. Oh, you were going for Google. Oh shit, you're right, Andy. You gotta turn it upside, you gotta type it backwards and then turn it upside down to make boobies. Oh. Once again, I just keep thinking about TikTok. I just keep thinking about like TikTok jokes and TikTok audio and all of the things I love about TikTok. Marian, what's up, man? It's the secret code 5318. Oh shit. 008. Nades, chuck them nades. Easy. Martin, how's it going, man? Ryan, do you love TikTok? I do love TikTok. I love TikTok so much. While recognizing all of the ways that TikTok is terrible and problematic and probably ruining us and etc., and the way that, god damn, living a life online is ruining us, and the way that TikTok fucks over creators, and while realizing all of that stuff, while realizing the ways that it steals our privacy, while realizing the problems it presents for good governance, while realizing all of that, I think that TikTok is home to some of the greatest content that has been made in the last 5 years. Probably a lot of the greatest content. So, that's all. Andy says, I don't think I can go on the stream anymore. If you love TikTok, I hate you. Well, I think it's possible to do all of the things all of the things I just said. Did you see the vault Brack and I stuffed with cars yesterday, Rebecca says? I did, and I was very confused by it, but I loved the enthusiasm with which you all were dancing. That looked like a lot of fun, Rebecca. It looked like a good old fucking around on Fortnite, fun time. Tub said the stuff I just said about TikTok is just a symptom. It's not a cause. Or he said it's just a symptom. Yeah. I think that's true. I'm sure it's true. I don't know. TikTok's problematic the same way that humans are problematic, etc., etc. Andy, I find way more at fault with the comment you just wrote than I ever have with TikTok. Wow. Wow. Andy, how old are you again? 80? Because that did sound a little bit like an 80-year-old saying, get off my lawn. I don't disagree that it's like, it can be like, I don't know. I can see kernels of truth in all of that. I can see kernels of truth in all that, and I don't want to shit on your opinion. But, oh shit, I just ran into the cliff. Oh, Chad, I need more ammo again. I think we're basically there, though. Let's take a look this way. We could maybe do it without grenades. Do that, do that. I don't have any wood. Martin from Athens. Martin from Guns N' Roses. Hey, Martin. How's life been, man? Andy says, I'm just saying, if I found my daughter dancing along to WAP, I would just give up on that child. I mean, it depends on the age, I think. If you found your 12-year-old daughter dancing along to WAP, I'd be very concerned. If I found my 17-year-old daughter dancing along to WAP, I would be probably concerned. I would attempt to remember what it was like to be a 17-year-old. And, yeah. And still concerned. And probably still have some conversations about what we're seeing, but I don't know. Has anybody else had the God, that's fucking loud. All right, we did it. When you danced to WAP, you mean? I mean, okay, if my 17-year-old daughter is dancing along to WAP as sang by the John Mulaney impersonator, then my 17-year-old daughter and I are getting along so well that I am going to bed every night thankful and proud of the job that I have done as a parent. It's not like dirty things were not a thing while growing up. Yeah, I listened to Colt 45 at age 11, and from age 11 until age 18. I mean, it's of course. Martin says I'm doing okay. Glad to hear it, Martin. I hope the okayness continues. Okay can be just great, man. Okay, if strung together long enough, can be pretty okay. Colt 45. You guys know Colt 45, the song? Andy, I think probably we're about to the point of ceasing to have a productive conversation about this, but I think that your opinion of how people or why people like WAP is maybe not fully developed. I love the song WAP. I think it's a great song. I think it's possible to love WAP. Like, I think it's possible that it's not a disgrace that the song WAP was #1 for more than a month. I think that's not necessarily a bad thing. I understand if it's not your taste. I very much understand. I think there's nothing wrong with WAP being #1. I don't think that that's like a sign of the failures of modern society, and that's kind of the vibe I'm getting from your comment. And we can maybe talk about that another time, but I just don't think that's like a failure or a thing that disappoints me. Dude, Colt 45. Yes, Martin. Yes. Does anybody else raise your hand in chat if you know Colt 45 by Afro Man? I don't know. I hope that's not. What I'm trying to avoid here, Andy, is saying that I'm trying to avoid doing the thing currently where I assume I know what you're talking about, but I also don't know that we can have the conversation well enough in this moment in this space for me to understand exactly how where you're coming from. So I don't know. Apologies if any of that's out of line. What is Colt 45? Afro Man was the best. Let me just read to you some of the first lines of. I'm not gonna play Colt 45 because I can't because of DMCA. Colt 45 is a song I found when I was 11 years old, and I listened to it every single day on the bus, on my CD player. I had a CD. I had a burned CD because Lord knows I couldn't actually own the actual CD. And I had a CD player with this song on it that I mislabeled on purpose so that my parents wouldn't know what was on the CD. It starts off with a joke about the smell of female body parts. Many references to weed and other drugs. The chorus, I can't read that part. 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 It's a long fucking song. It's like 6 minutes long. I cannot read it. And it's definitely a product of its time, and I don't know that it like necessarily is a song I'm proud to have loved. But I think what I'm kind of demonstrating with Colt 45, I can't read that one. All right, it turns out I can't stream on Twitch and in any way, shape, or form read any part of that out loud. So, I think I can't really read that. Oh, shit. Looking more back at it now, I just can't read any part of that on Twitch. Remember back in the day when you had a portable CD player that stopped playing as soon as you felt like it was shaking too much? Dude, you dance to it and it would start skipping. The fish market. Exactly. So it's that kind of song, Surprise says. Help me sing it, homeboy. Say Colt 45. Dude, nothing takes me back like that song. What were we doing? We killed a bunch of biters. Let's do... I think we need more iron. Let's do iron, and we can talk about this while we figure it out. Iron is there. Iron is... That's stone. Shit. I guess we got to do that one. Do we do below? I think we probably do below. All right, let's do below. Let's go blow some stuff up. Andy says, I think you got my opinion right on. Haha, but I want to hear your opinion because I respect your opinion. I feel like my problem was all the people who like it, who I know can't articulate why. Don't get me wrong, Ryan. I'm fully aware that I don't get it, but it's just I've never been explained the appeal of WAP. I don't know. Okay, yeah. I respect that. I respect that comment, Andy. Thanks for writing it. I like it a lot. I think so. Man, we have to untangle so much in order to try. Train ran out of fuel. Uh-oh. Let's go solve that problem. I feel like we have to break down so much for me to even get to the point of trying to explain why, and I'll do my best about why WAP might be kind of a really great song. So let's see if I can do that. Law says, I'm gonna go to Limbo soon. You should play Limbo and maybe Inside, by the way. Those are nice short games. Anyways, love y'all. No homo. Good night. Lost. Love you too. Full homo. Limbo and Inside. Limbo, Inside. All right. I think I've actually played Inside. Lost, thanks for being here, man. It's great to see you. I've played Inside. Or I've watched it. I think. Inside looks incredible. See you, Lost. Limbo. Okay. Oh, are those the same developer? Because that looks very similar. That looks nuts, man. See you, Lost. You know what? Sorry, Tub says, you know what? One song that people shat on but was, in my opinion, was before its time. Wrecking Ball. I didn't really love Wrecking Ball, but I hear that. I hear that. Wrecking Ball weren't bad. Ah, shit. We're full on heavy oil. Let me write this down. I came in like a breaking ball. Thanks, autocorrect. Hard. What's that called again? Heavy. That's called heavy oil, not hard oil. It's called heavy oil. So I don't know. A couple of the places I would just start, Andy, with the like full recognition. Where's the train at? The full recognition that I'm not going to be able to get through all of this or like do it justice or anything, is that like I think first off, the sort of I grew up with this as an opinion from a lot of my parents specifically, especially my very conservative, very religious parents. The belief that like that music or movies that talk about illicit or immoral stuff, but that cover it or talk about it in any way, can act as a corrupting influence and like can make your children in some way worse off. And I have, or games for that matter, you know, I'm full on, and this is a conversation for another day that I can't have in an educated enough manner right now. For instance, the conversations that shooter games like Call of Duty lead to more gun violence. That listening to Britney Spears or NSYNC or Backstreet Boys or songs like Colt 45 lead to more premarital sex, leading to STDs. This is like the thing, you know, the ideas we've been raised with, right? At least the ideas I've been raised with. There's the reason why at church we were told, like, we were given lists of like the Britney Spears sound alike. If you like Britney Spears but you don't want to listen to non-Christian stuff, go X direction, go Y direction. I know that that's not also only a Christian thing. That's related to lots of other stuff. Oh shit, I didn't get in the train. Now the train's gone. It's not only a Christian belief, it's a belief for, you know, a lot of different reasons. I think we do want to protect the innocence of those who are young, for sure. Here's the thing that I find really hard to do about that in the internet age. I don't think you're gonna win the battle in the internet age of avoiding your children finding out about illicit things or finding darker corners of the internet or any of those things, because the internet is everywhere and you can't, in my opinion, you just can't, like, and this is, I come from people who, like, I have good friends, good family friends. The people who raised me basically are literally full-on Amish. Literally full-on Amish. No phones, no cars, no internet, no electronics, no TV. And still have members of their family who, the same way that other communities do, like, they end up in terrible corners of the internet, that end up addicted to, you know, addicted to drugs, addicted to porn, like, you know, the whole thing. The whole thing. I don't think access to it is... This is not a conversation that we... This is not where the conversation was starting, but I think it's a small part of it. I don't think that access to anything like this, it like signals acceptance of it or anything like that. So Andy says, okay, so I'm getting there, Andy. I'm getting there. I think there's a big difference between Call of Duty or Inglourious Bastards that explores war and Nazism, and WAP, which is a celebration of a certain attitude towards sex that is sadly becoming a reality in my generation. Andy, I think that, like, we disagree about part of the sadly part. So if you come from where I come from, Andy, let me just walk you through my perspective on things. And Megan's perspective too, although she would probably do a much better job being here for it. If you grew up in the part of America where Megan and I grow up, sex is not explained, frowned upon, cloaked in both mystery and also heaps heaps of shame related to religion, but also not related to religion, related to purity stuff, related to all the like kind of toxic ways that we take sexuality in general and make it a thing that can be controlled, frowned upon, conditioned. And turn it into a thing that is, in my opinion, way more harmful in that way than it ever would be in a different direction, you know? Like, I think so many, and this is my friends, this is being sexual at all, this is your sexuality, this is desiring sex, this is any of those things, being riddled with shame and being riddled with like and this guilt and I think that translates over, and this is a whole nother conversation, but that translates over into like into masturbation. This translates over into all kinds of things like that. Andy says, the thing is, all my freshman friends who are 15 can't take the nuances and subtleties of voluntary sexual objectification in these songs, but take it as something to be aimed at. Yeah, but I think too, part of Rebecca says 100% same here. I was riddled with guilt. It's hurt me a lot. It's hurt me a lot. I'm still angry about that. You are one of 100 of my friends, Rebecca. So Andy calls it the hyper-violent voluntary objectification. But so here's the thing, Andy. I don't think when I listen to WAP, let's get down to WAP. So when I listen to WAP, and when I listen to creators like Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion, and when I listen to Lizzo, which is a very different take, but honestly a similar approach, that is not what you're calling a hyper-violent voluntary objectification. I would call owning your power. And specifically, when women do it in a world where women's sexuality has never been theirs in the first place, in so many of these countries, I think that owning your power there is not a step in the wrong direction. It's not a hyper-violent voluntary objectification, although we can get more into that if you want. I think that what you're talking about is like, I can see how it could be seen that way. I can really see it. In fact, I was told for a long time that it could be seen that way. And I just don't think that's what's happening. And I don't think that every person who listens to WAP gets that what's happening gets the full history of what's happening is a woman taking back some of the power of the objectification that she has been the objectification gauntlet she's been run to for the first 18 years of her life, or 22 years of her life, or her whole life. But the same way that I don't think that a lot of people who listen to rap understand what Black with a capital B voices are talking about, a lot of the times that they're talking about the violence or the emasculation or a lot of what's happening in rap. But I don't think that every person has to get it in order for it to be successful. I think part of what's happening here is you're just seeing fucking incredible, brave women artists talking about the thing and rapping about the thing that makes you massively, not you specifically, you larger, the royal you, largely uncomfortable, very uncomfortable. And it's that uncomfortability that is doing the work of saying our voice belongs in this space too. If that makes sense. When I listen to WAP, I see a group of women doing to themselves what other male rappers have done to them for years and owning their sexuality. Sure, it is crass, but that is the way they have chosen to present it, because it's the way they see it and want others to see it. Duck, I think that makes a lot of sense. Let's use Colt 45 as an example. Colt 45 is an example as a song I can't actually read the words to on stream for a lot of reasons. One of them being that I am white. And one of the things that's happening in that song, mentioning Ku Klux Klan, mentioning races and And I don't think it's all that. I don't think it's as good on transgender as it probably should be, on trans rights as it should be. What's happening in that song though is a black voice with a capital B, like taking over the space of dialogue that for so long did not belong to that voice. And I don't think that the crassness of it takes away from the like owning that space that's happening, if that makes sense. Rebecca says, I fucking love this community. This is a super interesting conversation. I am getting a little bit passionate, and I hope that doesn't come across as somebody said fucking preach. I hope it doesn't come across as preachy. That's the last thing I want. But this is, you know, this is a thing that's newer to me too in the last 5 years, you know? Let's see. Andy says, I do kind of get it now. I think Cardi B might be like a transition period where in a few decades we get to where I want sexuality to be, where women have power just as much as men. Yeah. The question is, in what other context or medium is doing the things that the oppressor has done to you, to yourself, empowerment? Does the same standard apply to bullying, murder, or other kinds of oppression? I got to think about that question. I don't know what that necessarily means. It comes across, Ryan, it comes across as you giving your personal opinions on the subject, and that's cool. Jamie raises a good point. Can I also say, with females rapping about that stuff, it's them also trying to normalize females talking about that stuff, because females have been frowned upon for speaking out about it. It's okay for males to talk about it. Girls talking about it becomes disgusting. Martin says, I wonder when women will produce more songs that objectify men. They're doing it already. They're doing it, which is great. So imagine, so you know Lizzo's song, right? What's it called? Is it called Boys, or is it it's the one with boys in it. Is it called Boys? So you've heard this song for 100 years, for 50 years at least, in a different version. You've heard, I like big women, itty bitty women, Mississippi women, inner city women. I like the pretty women with the bow tie. You know, you've heard that lyric with women for a very long time. Now you're hearing it with, I like big boys, itty bitty boys. Like, what is that except for a type of objectification? But at the end of the day, what that's saying is, sorry, I'm actually getting a crick in my throat. At the end of the day, what that's saying is, I'm sexual and I like it. I'm sexual and that's okay. That's what that song is. That song is not saying men deserve to be objectified. It's saying I'm sexual and I like it. What Lizzo does in that song is praise all kinds of male bodies. For sure, for sure. Yeah. And let's be real, like, objectification in sex is the harder topic to talk about. For sure. And I think you and I, Andy, can agree on that one. Holy shit. Objectification in sex is the harder thing to talk about here. For sure. But I think the thought you had that this might be an intermediate step is kind of how I think about it. Yeah, Andy, so I hear that for sure. The answer to objectification. I need to find something to do in this game, by the way. I'm gonna solve this train issue where they need to have stuff in their inventory. The answer to objectification is not more objectification. It has to be decency. I hear that for sure. However, I think too that that's the sort of answer, like, you know, Martin Luther. I don't want to just switch it to just chatting at this point. I know, right? The thing that's happening there though too is that, like, the oppressor doesn't get to say, I'm a big believer that the oppressor, not being you, being oppressing powers here, the oppressing powers don't get to say what ways you fight oppression. That's not how the world works. That's not how progress is made. I understand that decency is an important trait, but I think calling for decency is a really easy way to downplay the options of the oppressed. And I think that happens in every single way, in every single major public discourse area. Is I see the call for decency, I appreciate the call for decency. I think it is also so often weaponized to limit the options of the oppressed. And I think that we really have to fucking check ourselves on that. I have to check myself on that constantly. Really fucking hard. Colin says, huge news. I decided not to play football this year. I told the coach I really regret it. He said, come to practice today. Have a spot on the team. I love it. He says, I'm so excited. I'm glad to hear that, Colin. I'm sorry you walked in with your great news while I was being weird and talking about shit that's really tough to talk about. But also important to talk about. Dude, I'm happy to hear that. Let's fucking go. That's great. I hope you have fun at practice. The aim is definitely to be better than the bad guys, Andy. The aim is definitely to be better than the bad guys. The aim is to go high when they go low. I think, however, we have to watch ourselves. We have to be careful. We have to make sure that we're not sitting there pointing the finger at the oppressed saying the way you're fighting the oppression isn't good enough, because that is not the first instinct I want to have, you know? I have no clues what you guys were even talking about. All kinds of stuff, really. This has been all over the place. It's been fun. Been all over the place. All right, I got to figure out more iron. Let's do that. And go down this way and then up, I think. I need more cliff explosives. Do I have any cliff explosives? And I don't know. And here's the other thing, too. Is that I recognize that I don't know everything I need to know on this situation yet. I'm still learning. I've learned a lot this year. Hey, Meg. Meg's in the chat. Andy, I think that's probably not a useful way to enter the conversation. Other people have said it. I think that's a whataboutism, and I think that's not a helpful way to move the conversation forward. Hi, Meg. I also think Cardi B celebrating her sexuality is not revenge. Like, I don't know. Yeah. Meg, how's work going? Are you headed home? I haven't checked my phone in a while, as you can probably tell. I don't know where my phone even is. I found it. Practice? Fun? You're hilarious. What time's practice, Colin? All right. I bet Meg's on mobile, so it's going to take her approximately a year to arrive at an answer to our question about how work is. Okay, so we were going to make cliff explosives, and I got to figure out why that isn't going. Colin says practice is at 4. Nice. I need more Oh, and explosives aren't happening because of heavy oil. Okay, we got to get heavy oil fixed then. Megan's done with work. Let's go. Let's go. Done with work until October? Babe, it's Monday. You're supposed to work Tuesday and Wednesday. Are you not working Tuesday or Wednesday? What? Okay, so what's happening here really quickly about the game is there's this thing in this game where you make 3 different what to do here. You make 3 different liquids, and of the liquids, rocket fuel does need solid. You make 3 different liquids, and one of them is really useful, one of them is moderately useful, one of them is not useful at all. And in order to make more of the useful one, you have to get rid of the non-useful one. So that's what we're gonna try and do. Meg says getting gas and then running Costco, then Target, then home. I love it. I love it. Duck says, the thing is, we now have a world where an infinite amount of voices are being amplified through mediums like the internet. This has given the opportunity for previously silent opinions to now be given a spotlight, and I'm now allowed for people like Cardi B to say whatever the hell she wants, and that is a good thing. That is a good thing. Just Tuesday and we don't have anything scheduled. Dude, let's go, Meg. Andy, I'm not gonna time you out for that comment, but I don't appreciate it, and I don't think it's respectful of the conversation we're having here. I would ask that the attitude with which that comment be written, I think it's not respectful of the conversation we're having here. So I would just ask that that we not do that again. I hope you understand. Okay. It's not what we call good faith, you know? You know, people are aware of having good faith conversations on the internet. That is not what I would necessarily call good faith. And I don't want to shit on you for it, but I do want to point out that that is not good faith. And in this community, we try to have good faith conversations. Because that's the only way to be respectful of each other. Andy, I think what you're potentially saying here is that just because we have a place where opinions can be heard shouldn't mean that everyone's opinion is heard. That there are probably people whose opinions shouldn't be heard. I don't think that's the conversation we're having right now, but we can have that one in the future if you want. All right, let's see here. That should make lots of light oil, which we can then push over to here. Somehow, probably right here. This is a band-aid solution to a big problem. But let's do it. That's going up. This should go down a little bit. See you, Meg. Can't wait. I'll keep my phone on me. If that is the conversation we're having, it's still not a fair comparison. That's a really good point, Rebecca. I think you're right. I think you're right. It's not a fair comparison. Yeah. Ah, shit, I didn't mean to do that. Do that. Do that. That's the wrong one. Wait. Nope, that's the right one. Then we'll do it this way. We'll do passive provider chests. Let's do it this way and just fill them up. Yeah? Just fill them up. I think that'll work. I think that'll just work forever. Terms of service. All right, that should keep things cranking. That solves a major problem for us. We've been missing that part for a little bit. I think that's a good step, Andy, recognizing that that you are trying to have empathy here, but that maybe you're missing a part, recognizing a need that some people might be feeling. Yeah. I think, too, it's kind of the way I tend to see it, too. Launch a rocket. What is the actual goal of this game? Oh, Martin, I saw your comment earlier about that, and I totally failed to read that. So the point of this game is to take the basic resources you get, like copper, stone, iron, and turn it all the way. First off, turn it into a factory that can take more of that stuff in and process more of it and make it into higher level machinery. And you use that higher level machinery and higher level resources to launch a rocket. We're going to launch a rocket off of this world. To do that, you have to do a bunch of science. That's what all this stuff is that's behind my camera that you can't see. The green stuff is science we've already done. We've done so much fucking science. The red stuff we can't quite do yet. The yellow stuff we can do. But there's a whole thing here. All the way at the bottom of which is launching a rocket. At the very bottom. On one of these. And making an atomic bomb. Yeah. So that's the whole point. You launch a rocket to get off. Colin says, I don't think I'll do much today at practice. Just gonna get my equipment, watch them practice. Nice. Do you have to take any tests to, like COVID tests to practice, by the way, Colin? Or are you just allowed to practice? Okay, now we gotta go solve iron. Finally. I've been saying that forever. Biters are those big bugs that we were fighting that are nasty and ugly, and they want me to not launch a rocket because I'm taking over their world. Yeah. So this is my pollution cloud, this red stuff. If it touches biters, which are these guys over here, they get pissed and they decide to come after me and kill me. So there you go. Thanks, Duck. Thank you very much. Hi, Seb. Seb, how's CSGO going? How do I know that? How do I know that about you, Seb? How do I know? How do I know what you've spent your day doing? How do I know what you've spent the last hour doing? Because apparently we're friends on Steam, and so it tells me when you open games. Seb says, it went. Did you get tilted? Did you win? Had to stand in for my IRL friends in a league match. No way. We won? No way. Also, it does say on Discord. You're right, Rebecca. But I try not to look at Discord while we're streaming, so. Dude, let's go, Seb. Why aren't we friends on Steam? I am not going to be friends with people on Steam unless I absolutely have to. Seb wanted to be friends so that he could gift me a game. The reason I'm not going to be friends with people on Steam is it turns out they can call you out of the fucking blue, Seb. And make you piss your actual pants during stream. I've turned that setting off now, but yeah. I'm sorry. Otherwise, I would be your friend on Steam, but Seb ruined it for everybody. What is American football like for other countries? Hey, other countries, what do you guys think American football is like? Do you hate it? Do you like it? What do you think? Does it seem weird? 12-inch weird-shaped ball? Blame it on Seb. 12-inch ball? Hand egg? American football's first album is really good. I like both albums. I'm a big fan of both albums. Alright, we gotta figure out why we're doing this. Chat, I just want to say, I'm gonna take a pause from the game for 2 seconds, okay? I'm gonna let it run real quick, but I just want to say, I'm thankful for every single one of you. I really am. I'm so fucking thankful for every one of you. And I'm thankful that you come to chat and you bring your thoughtfulness and you bring your questions hard and good. And you bring your opinions and you bring your trying understanding other people's ways of thinking. Because I've seen communities on the internet that have only one or a couple of those things or none of them. The like wanting to understand other people, like the curiosity about why humans would think one way. The wanting the world to be better, the wanting to empathize with people. And I'm really thankful that we have that. And I love all of you. And I'm just really thankful that we can have conversations like this. It makes me more hopeful about humans at the end of conversations like this than before them. So thank you for being here. I love this community too, Rebecca. I really do. I'm so thankful every day. Fucking little into hearts indeed. The other shit that needs obviously stating, it's obvious, and I probably should have led with it more than anything, is that like we have so much more in common even when we disagree on small things. Is that like we want good for people, we want less pain, we want Seb to win his CSGO matches, we want, you know. So thank you all. Cool. All right. Super crazy, super empathetic moment done. Super hyper emotional moment done. Martin says it's like rugby but like better. It's like Formula 1 but not. American football. It's like other sports, but not. Super empathetic moments should never be done. All right, let's keep it rolling then. It's just cool. What I love about, I mean, it's just cool. Humans surprise you constantly. It's great. It's a great fucking quality that humans have. That's what I love. All right, we're clearing trees so that we can, wait, did Ben Shapiro have a reaction to WAP? I didn't know that. That's funny. Did I show, I don't remember if I showed this on stream. Did I show the Ben Shapiro rant that happened, or the talk that happened at the college that I worked at? Did I show that? Again, I don't want to get too much into politics here, for sure. He says after getting very into politics for the last little bit. I showed it, right? Okay, good. All right, Martin says I showed it. Cool. Oh, lordy. Being on the internet, it can be really hard. You know what I mean, chat? Do you know what I mean? Like, being on the internet in communities you see yourself in, and in communities you don't see yourself in public places on the internet, in private places on the internet. It can just be fucking hard to be on the internet. It can just be hard. It can be really fucking hard. And I struggle with it a lot. And I'm sure other people do too. Let's do that. All right, chat. I wanna ask a slightly distracting question. Okay. I wanna ask a slightly distracting question. You guys know what Megan and I are gonna be doing while we're gone, because we're on our honeymoon. What we're gonna be doing is I'm gonna actually read some books. I'm going to. Colin says, "Hey Ryan, you're not an intellectual. You're a fake and a fraud." Thanks so much, Colin. I love you. I'm gonna be reading some books. Hopefully, ideally. If you don't believe me, that's fine. I'm gonna be playing a bunch of tennis with Megan. We're gonna be eating a lot of good food. We're going to be celebrating our wedding. Wink, wink. By eating good food, of course. That's what I was trying to say. Jesus. But I don't know what you guys are going to be doing during that 2 weeks. It's going to be like 12 fucking days where I don't know what you guys are doing. So what are you guys going to do? Anybody have anything interesting going on during the like last bit of September, first part of October? Ryan, you don't read books on your honeymoon. You make babies and get food poisoning. Colin, that's a question for another time, my guy. Thanks for asking it, but question for another time. Duck says read Underworld. I probably should. I've been pulling, like, honest to God, Megan can attest to this. I've been pulling out way too many potential things for me to read during the honeymoon. It's just like the list is now exhaustive. Colin says, I'm gonna play football, more football, some Madden, some Fortnite. Yeah, Seth, that's about right, Seb. I will be doing what I do every week, Ryan, trying to take over the world. Martin, I just want to say this. If you really were trying to take over the world, maybe you would tell me more about how I could help you take it over, all right? I'm just over here trying to help, and you don't want my help, apparently? Maybe get with the program, man. Ask for some help, you know? All right, chat. I need to put railroads together. I'm just trying to make sure I have railroads. Need that. I need that. I need lights. I don't know if lights are even made. Have we made lights? Look at all these robots, duck. I'm basically going to spend the last part of September and first part of October to figure things out on my PC, learn to play Fortnite, figure out my financial situation, etc., and read the books I just ordered. So you ordered, we were just talking about this, Outsiders and Giovanni's Room. Let's go. Duck says I was going to read Underworld and do some writing. Nice. Nice. Look at all these slow bots. Duck, they're robots. Don't hate on them. They're doing their jobs. And they don't need people like you coming in and hating on their opinions. All right? They're how they're doing their jobs. Frankly, that's awfully wooed of you. Why are explosives not being made? Where are explosives made? Why are they not being made? God damn it, chat. I'm over here trying to distract us and get us to talk about literally anything else. Oh, chat. You turds. Chat says, no, I will not be distracted. Oh, fucking Christ. What is that, Seb? What is that button? Ryan, what are you gonna do this week? What I'm gonna do this week? Thanks, Rebecca. Thanks so much for asking. What I'm planning on doing this week is getting my ass married, first off, and second off, I'm going to do a little bit of streaming and otherwise try and enjoy the time that I have with my fiance. You getting that ass married? What are we talking about now? I feel like I fucked it up to the max. Andy, you did not fuck anything up. I'm thankful that you're here. I'm really thankful that you asked the questions that you asked. Yeah. I don't know if you were here for a minute or two. But I was saying there that I'm just thankful for every person in the community and you're not fucking anything up. Thanks so much for watching our Factorio Let's Play series. If you liked what you saw, I would really appreciate a like on the video. Otherwise, we'll see you tomorrow, same time, same place for more Factorio. Bye-bye.